Why does this keep happening? So I want to offer everybody some answers as to exactly why this keeps happening and this outcome of law enforcement not being held liable criminally. Sometimes civilly, we'll see a lawsuit or a settlement, right? But we never really see a criminal charge sticking with these officers in the killing most of the time of these unarmed, certainly underarmed black men and women and children in the Tamir Rice case, right? Why does this keep happening? Well, it's because of discretion, y'all. It's because of the way the laws are written, the way the statutes are written, state level and federal level. So we have a press conference yesterday. The AG of Louisiana comes out and says, we looked at the facts, we looked at the tape, right? Because everybody thought body cams were going to be the answer, right? We get these body cams, these law enforcement officers have these cameras on them. We see what happens. We're going to get convictions. Yet we still don't have convictions. We got videos, but we still have no convictions. Why is this? Well, the statutes generally read like this, y'all, state and federal. Law enforcement is not deemed to be unlawful in the killing of civilians if it's deemed to be reasonably warranted, if they have reasonable fear. What does that sound like to y'all?
What does that even mean?
What does that mean, Charlamagne? This is
yeah.
what we call a nothing sandwich, right? That gives law enforcement this much latitude, wide open, a football field of latitude as to around what they think. Discretion is a fancy word for their judgment.
So
That's
you
all
could
that
say,
means.
he moved his arm and I felt like he was reaching
I
for
was
a
scared.
weapon.
Correct. I was scared. I was in fear, right? So, and listen, I want to be fair, right? I understand that these officers sign up for an inherently dangerous job, right? Every day they put their lives on the line. They go out their homes. They leave their wives and children as well. They don't know if they're going to come back. And I understand that. It's important to make that point, y'all, because that's why the laws are written so favorably to their actions.
I promise them they're not. We're more scared of them than they could ever be of us.
Sure, and that's definitely the other side of that argument, Charlamagne. And this is what I'm getting to. Until the statutes read differently, y'all, until the laws have some real meat on the bones, have some language in there that talks about what that discretion has to look like, that talks about this type of action when there's not a weapon, when there's not, as you say, Angela, in your example, an aggressive, overt action from, the victim in this case, that's not deemed to be justifiable until the language looks like that. Now, you bring up a good point, Charlamagne, which is we tend to be more afraid of them than they are of us. So I've had back channel conversations with legislatures, with law enforcement themselves, with all the people that would need to be at the table for the law to look different so that we don't keep having the heavy hearts and the frustrations and the anger and the outrage of when these officers are not held accountable. We're going to go through the same thing, y'all, when Stephon Clark's case comes up in California in short order. It's an inevitable outcome until the laws look different, until the statutes read differently.